So this is one of those movies in which you end up liking the villain or the bad guy, The Day of the Jackal. This movie is based on an old classic movie, which is the original Day of the Jackal, whereby there was a conflict between Algeria being given independence by the French. So the current president, the president by then gave Algeria independence, and then the other French members never liked it. It's called President de Gaulle. So, and then people wanted to assassinate the president. They failed to do it, so they had to look for a jackal, someone to come and take him out without being necessarily traced. So they had to pay the guy $500,000, and then he had to do the job because he ended up failing. But this is where this movie is based on. And in this year, it's translated in today's time, which will be what you will call an industrial espionage or troubleshooting, whereby big companies hire snipers and then the snipers do the work for them. And that is where this whole movie has been based. And talking of that, there are some things we need to learn from this movie, and one of them being the skills of the sniper. So the sniper had tremendous skills in terms of not missing the target and also being very effective at what he does. He was able to eliminate key political figures in that movie, one of them being Manfred, and then there was another guy, UDC, which he eventually eliminated. And in the process of doing that, the guy was very technical. So if you can borrow for a second those technical abilities of the sniper and then you translate them into trading, that is the thing you really need to sharpen. And the reason why you need to work on our technicals is because we don't have the skills of certain billionaires like Ray Dalio, who, when they want to invest, say, like in oil, the guy does not use technical uh, analysis. What he does, he uses a satellite image. There was one time he wanted to buy oil, so he had to use satellite image to project and see the oil barrels which were present and see the liquid, the current form of oil which is in them where they were empty, and then he made his decision from there. So that is different from us technical traders. For us, we have to use our technical skill, our analytical skills, and then risk management skills to be able to make a decision, not like Ray Dalio. Okay, so the sniper's technical skill is so much big that we cannot underlook it because the current sniper longest kill ever in history, it is at 3,800 meters. That is more than 2.3 miles, okay, and over 12,500 feet. So the sniper in this movie here was able to kill people at a range of 3,815. So they added 15 to make the whole thing. So that skill, you cannot just do it anyhow. So the next thing I want us to talk about here is the Holy Grail. As you watch this movie, you realize that for this Eddie, who is the jackal, to be effective, he had to work with the Holy Grail, which was all there. And that is working with Norman Stock, the best weapon fashioner. So the guy could make weapons that no other person can make. So you realize that, and those weapons were always in form of disguises. It could either be a bag. You've always seen snipers moving with the guitar. So the guitar holder or the guitar bag, which is anybody can easily see. If it is not a guitar, then it's definitely a sniper because the barrel was very long. So this guy, what he could do is to mold the barrel into either a bag. At one point, actually, in the old Jackal Classic, the barrel was made into a walking crutch. Sometimes it is like a walking pram or any of these things. So this guy, so you're working with the Holy Grail. That is exactly what you should be in trading because unlike SpaceX, then the weapon industry, they have Holy Grail. SpaceX and rocketry has Holy Grail, and that is the reusable engine, which has actually been advanced by Elon Musk. This was not the case because people have been using the RD-180 for space travels, and that was a Russian thing until Elon Musk comes and then comes up with a reusable engine, and that is the Holy Grail. So in weapon industry, the military industrial complex, they may have a Holy Grail, and then rocketry, they have Holy Grail. But in trading, We don't have that. So the closest thing we can work with is the position size calculator, whereby you know how much you're risking and how much you're getting in return. So that is the closest thing to a holy grail. So in addition to having the best skill, like the sniper, and then also having to work with the closest holy grails, a trader, you need to work with the position size calculator is the next thing to a holy grail. And then finally, the last part, the third part is the disguise, shifting abilities, the ability to disguise yourself to achieve the end objective. If you watch Eddie would do makeups, turn into an old man, turn into a middle-aged man, elongate his nose and all of that, so that he can be able to elude cameras and then achieve the end target, which is to be able to kill the target. So that is the same thing you need to do as a trader. You need to have variety of data that you, so that nothing eludes you. Let me show this to you, and it's very, very important that I show this to you. You will never find it anywhere. This may be the only time you're going to find it. So I'm going to use gold. So in using, you need to have different data feeds because there is always this data is hidden from us as retail traders. I give you one example. If you look at gold from here, you realize uh, there is no order block candle here. Okay, what data feed am I using here? This is forex.com. Okay, so you just have to, forex.com has no engulfing candle around this region. But if you use Owanda, you will see Owanda actually has a bearish engulfing or what you call your order block at this place. And if you are only focusing on one data feed, you will not trade. So you need to do that. That's exactly what other brokers do. Some brokers, they don't actually show, they could be using either wonderforex.com or FXCM. So you need to see which one of them is going to give you the order block candle, which you want to trade with. And then finally, you realize that the sniper's patience, which is the fifth one, the ability to wait and be diligent and to let the target come to you is one of the sniper's best abilities. They can wait because the reason is that if you don't wait for the target to come to you, you will eventually become the target. And that is what happens with trading. You find you're supposed to wait for your setup to fully form before you jump in, but you see a trader just jumps in because he lacks patience and then you lose the account or you lose money. This is different from the sniper. The sniper was always patient. The guy wait for 3 days. At one particular point, when he wanted to kill UDC in Tallinn, he had to wait for more than 48 hours in a very small space, tight space, in order to achieve the end goal. So these are some of this. This is one of those movies you really need to watch this Christmas. Great, and there are great trading lessons from there that you could actually pick and then